Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we decided to do a test that didn't involve shafts, heads, golf balls. We actually decided to do a little driver optimization test.
Yes, we picked a new variable, and for once we picked a human variable to address.
Yep. So a swing delivery variable that we know has a major influence on how far someone can hit their driver.
Big time.
Okay, everyone, I mean, I don't care who you are, everyone could benefit from hitting the ball a little bit further. The whole drive for show and putt for dough is gone. That is no longer, you know, the way to think about golf. You know, if you really pay attention to the strokes gain stats and that type of thing, just look at Dustin Johnson and guys like that, you know, Rory when he's on, you know, the strokes they gain against the field through how far they hit it. It's huge. It's the difference, it's the X factor. And
if you even take them aside and take the recreational game, you're going to remember your big drives of the day.
Definitely.
Yes, you'll remember some good putts, but like, what's the enjoyment for most people? It's hitting the golf ball, hitting fairways, hitting it long.
Definitely.
That's where you actually enjoy the game, because no one's going to practice putting for 8 hours a day. You're just not going to do it.
And we're not saying that this stuff should come at the expense of accuracy and hit it everywhere and that type of thing.
No, not at all.
You know, we're not doing our job right if that's what you guys are doing, but by all means, we want to be optimized. So what we asked Matt to do today was make a bunch of swings at his regular speed. We will get Matt to hit a bunch. Matt hits up on the ball a fair amount, and we asked
about 3 degrees or so is my usual.
And we asked you to hit up a little more on it today, just to for the sake of the test.
Exaggerate,
So the kind of topic of the test is positive angle of attack versus negative angle attack, i.e. you're hitting up on the ball at impact versus hitting down on the ball at impact. The
club physically traveling either downwards or
upwards. That's right. Exactly. You know, your point of contact and whether your club is moving down in its arc or moving up on its arc.
Because we've all played with the guy who seems to swing really fast. His driver kind of goes nowhere. And you're like, I wonder what's going on.
Always surprised that you're right there with him, even though he seems to.
But then you have the opposite. We've all played with a guy, he doesn't look like he swings very fast, but his flight is really flat and he's always kind of keeping up with you, and you're thinking, what's that about?
And his ball hits the fairway and it seems to take another, you know, lease of life and keeps going and going. So that is basically ball flight optimization. So when it comes to you know, optimizing someone's ball flight, we really want to optimize the ball speed, the launch angle, and the spin rate. Those are the 3 key variables that we're really trying to optimize. Strike point, you know, we absolutely need to optimize as well, but we've got a good player in our hands here.
We hit these solid,
We definitely got some consistent strikes. And one way we sort of standardized this test is we got Matt to, we basically picked out a ball speed that we thought was consistent, which for you is 169, and we got your club head speed right around 117, so which for you is comfortable.
Pretty standard,
Right, so angle of attack on the positive ones, you were up on it 4.1 degrees, and you were down on it 2.3 degrees.
So 6 degrees difference between these two averages.
At the exact same speed.
Okay. Which is cool.
So we wanted to test this delivery and see what the sort of net gain would be from this delivery. So the carry distance gain from Matt doing this was 35 yards of carry.
A joke.
It's unbelievable.
It really is.
Obviously, the further you hit it, the faster you swing it, the more ball speed you've got, the bigger a difference this makes. But, you know, swinging the exact same speed, there's 35 yards for nothing.
Absolutely.
For free. You don't have to swing any faster. You don't have to do any speed drills. You don't have to go to the gym.
No, you don't have to do anything.
This is just delivery optimization, guys. This is getting, you know, and Matt's in the right driver. We know that. We've worked hard with Matt to get his driver in the right spot this year. And, you know, 13 degrees of launch and 1900 spin is perfect.
And it's funny because now that I tried to hit up on that a little extra, not swinging quite as fast as the other day, but I'm actually hitting it a little bit further than a couple days ago because the numbers are just that bit more optimized.
And you were surprised to see, you know, how much further the ball was going as you were hitting up on it more and more.
Crazy. Well, it would just looks like it was flying maybe 8 yards further every time.
Exactly.
Crazy.
In order to standardize the test, as we say, we had to throw out a couple of shots that we hit The very last shot Matt hit when he was hitting up on it, he hit up on it 6 degrees, and your ball speed spiked to about 174 as well. Yeah. The thing carried 317.
It was ridiculous.
It was crazy.
It was too good though, because we just wanted to keep the averages as good as we can.
Standardize as much as we can. Yeah. So let's go to the negative angle of attack. Launch angle 6.4, spin rate 2300. Now, I tell you one thing, if you are somebody who that's just the way you swing it, those numbers aren't that bad.
You can hit some fairways all day with that.
For people who are 2.3 degrees down on it, 2300 RPMs of spin is controlling your flight.
It's you just have a driver with a little more loft probably, because my driver is what, 8.5 with the setting?
So 9, was it 9?
It's at 9.
So 10 degrees, open 2 degrees, which reduces loft by 1. Right. So it's playing 9. Yeah, we would probably we wouldn't have you in the low spin head by playing.
Yeah, you'd be in a different club.
We'd probably be in something like a standard G400, 10.5, square face, that type of thing.
But as you say, this is the funny part. It's like you don't need to get a new driver. You don't need to change your speed, technically speaking. It's the delivery, the angle that your driver comes into the ball.
That's it. That's exactly it. So if we look at, up on the screen there, the difference between the red trajectory and the blue trajectory.
Slightly different.
It's massive. Yeah, it's absolutely massive. So for you guys out there watching, that's something I'd really encourage you to try and take to the driving range and just be mindful that you're trying to hit up on the ball much more. And there's a bunch of good drills online for this type of thing. I was just going to say,
I would get on YouTube and search some top coaches and see what they have.
I know.
It's funny because for me, I hit up on it naturally, so hitting down on it was an adjustment. And for me, I just felt like I really leaned into the shot more, like leaned onto my forward side. Yeah. So you don't want people to lean away from the ball, but at impact, technically you want your head behind the golf ball.
Definitely.
And I think that's the feeling most people don't have. Yeah. They're the opposite.
That's it. Get a little bit too much ahead of it. So, yeah, I mean, really interesting test, and just something that can quickly show people an instant way they can improve their driving, improve their performance by just optimizing those delivery characteristics. I mean, remember, the driver's the one club that we have the advantage of having that ball teed up. So, if you're hitting down on it, you're not taking advantage of that benefit.
Totally right.
We gotta get hitting up on it a little bit more.
And accuracy-wise, we didn't notice, well, if you look at the width of the dispersion circle, nearly identical.
Pretty much identical.
So there's often a conversation where it's, like Tiger's slightly down on his driver, I think, and he does it almost on purpose. He used to be. He may not still be. And he always said, I hit down on a bit to be accurate. But there's a point where I think you're extreme in either direction. Right. So if I hit too far up on it, I'm assuming you lose accuracy.
Yep.
And somewhere kind of right in the middle is probably your optimal zone. Like if you were 8 degrees up on your driver, you're going to start to hook the ball and such.
Think of the long drive guys.
Right. They hit it like 10 degrees up.
They hit 10 degrees or so up. Yes, they can be in double figures for sure. And with the low amount of loft that they use, their spin loft is exceptionally low. Okay. So when the spin loft gets exceptionally low, that's when it's very easy to tilt spin axis, and then you can get some really violent curvature.
Which you see.
Exactly. That combined with a slight off-center strike, these guys are missing the grid, no problem at all.
So the number you've said to me often is like 3 degrees up. Is kind of a good one. Is that true for most people? Yep. Aim for 3? I like
about 3 degrees up. And for you TrackMan users out there, that will equate to about 1 degree up on TrackMan. Remember, there is a discrepancy between TrackMan delivery reading and GC Quad. Right. The way it reads it, obviously reading the face versus reading the center of the golf club, the center of the mass. So this, when you read the club face, the angle of attack is going to be more upward and more left. In the case of a right-handed golfer, more into out.
Gotcha.
And obviously TrackMan's going to be a little further back, and obviously
the way it's reading.
Yeah, that's just the way. That's just the reading in 3D space.
Gotcha. But it's important to know those differences because you probably get an equal split of people now that use Quad versus TrackMan, so it's good to know.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that are certainly sending us their data, send us Foresight reports as well as TrackMan reports.
It's interesting.
So we can analyze their data. That's our patrons.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing on Patreon, exactly.
Yeah, and it's actually I had a lot of those this week. Actually,
good.
Yeah, a lot of good reports to analyse. So it's been excellent.
Awesome.
So guys, I hope this has been sort of a bit of an eye opener for you. You obviously hear people preaching you know, about the benefits of hitting up on it. Yep. The best players in the world certainly do so. You know, the guys who are pound for pound extremely long, Justin Thomas,
McIlroy.
You know, McIlroy, little guys just hit it a ton. I mean, McIlroy's got the speed. Justin Thomas doesn't have the speed as much. So the fact Justin Thomas hits it as far as he does is a testament to his optimized launch conditions. Yep. These guys are hitting up on it, you know, somewhere between sort of 2 and 5 degrees, give or take, you know, every.
He's a good one to look at a face-on swing of, because he really, you can see he delivers a nice upward strike.
Yeah, when you see the guys kind of weight distribution on something like, you know, Body Track or Swing Catalyst, you see how much weight they have actually on their trail side, on their back, you know, back foot. So in order to obviously, you know, hit up on the ball that much, you're not transferring as much weight forward. It certainly helps doing that.
But yeah, go see a coach and ask them about it and say, you know, I noticed my driver distance is a bit short, and maybe you've measured your angle of attack, but if you can get that thing, you know, 2-3 degrees positive,
there are gains.
Amazing.
There are gains to be had.
Amazing gains.
Good. Excellent. Guys, hope this helps. You know, leave some questions on this. This is going to be something that's probably going to, you know, create some thoughts in your own minds about how does your driver, you know, work with your own delivery characteristics. It works well for Matt's, that because he's been optimized. You know, that your angle of attack works with your driver.
True. Certain
players, you know, if you have a high lofted driver and you go to hitting, you know, up on it too much, you'll probably find that you hit it a bit too high. So you might need to bring that loft down a little bit in order to, because you're going to hit it higher through the higher angle attack, but you're going to spin it a little bit too much unless you bring the loft down. So drop some questions in there, and you know, let's get some conversation going in this.
I love that. That's a great idea.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again soon.